The Forum of Theodosius was an area in Constantinople. It was originally built by Constantine I and named the Forum Tauri In 393. However, it was renamed after Emperor Theodosius I, who rebuilt it after the model of Trajan's Forum in Rome, surrounded by civic buildings such as churches and baths and decorated with porticoes as well as a triumphal column at its center. Column of Theodosius. In the middle of the Forum was a Roman triumphal column erected in honor of Emperor Theodosius I. Its shaft was carved with reliefs depicting this emperor's victory over the barbarians, and a statue of him stood on top. An internal spiral staircase allowed visitors to reach the top of the column, where a stylite lived towards the end of the mid-Byzantine period. The statue of Theodosius collapsed during the earthquake of 478, although the column remained standing. It had no statue until 506, when a new statue of Anastasius I Decorus was erected instead. Emperor Alexios V was sentenced to death in 1204 and thrown from the column. The column remained standing until the end of the 15th century, and some pieces of it were reused in the construction of the Bath of Patrona Halil Basilica. Excavations for the foundation trenches of the Faculty of Letters and Sciences of Istanbul University uncovered the remains of 3 basilicas. Their identities and names are unknown, and so they are called basilicas A, B, and C. Basilica A is the only Justinian-era basilica whose plan is known. It has several distinct characteristics. Its central space was nearly a square, with 2 side courtyards. The narthex on the west side connects with the courtyards. The intervals between the columns separating the basilica's naves are closed off by balustrade slabs. The capitals resemble those at Hagia Sophia, also built by Justinian. The large pulpit found in Basilica A is the only surviving ambo from the early Byzantine period and is kept in the garden of the Hagia Sophia. Triumphal arch. A marble triumphal arch was erected on the west side of the Forum, out of marble from Marmara Island. The triumphal arch had a vaulted roof with 3 passageways. The central archway of the 3 was wider and higher than the others and flanked by 4 column piers carved in the form of Herculean clubs grasped by a fist, built to mimic triumphal arches in Rome itself. On top was a central statue of Theodosius flanked by statues of his sons Arcadius and Honorius. Today the main street beginning in Hagia Sophia Square runs to the west along basically the same route as the ancient Mies Road, which formed the main artery of the old city. The Mies, passing through Theodosius's triumphal arch, continued on to Thrace and as far as the Balkan Peninsula. The triumphal arch and the ancient buildings around it were destroyed as a result of invasions, earthquakes and other natural disasters from the 5th century onwards, and so were completely destroyed long before the Ottoman Turks took the city in 1453.